Hi everybody, this is Rhonda Larson from Beautiful Healing Journey, and I am here today just to show you something I'm doing today. I'm wearing a glove here because I am harvesting stinging nettles today, and I'm sure a lot of you know what this plant is. It is known as stinging nettle, and the reason it's called that is because it has these little stingers on the side of the stalks. So as you can see, they're sticking out pretty nicely, and sometimes if you grasp it incorrectly or too quickly, it can sting your fingers. So wearing gloves will help to prevent that, and just being careful and respectful will also help to prevent that too. But when you're harvesting nettles, you want to always try to get the young nettle, which is now really coming out in the spring. Just clip the tops, and and um, and then you can either we want to normally blanch them, for a couple minutes, and then you can put them in ice cold water, and then you can let them dry a little bit, and then you can actually use them like spinach, and because they're extremely nutritious. They're last week I had done an article on garlic mustard saying how nutritious that herb was that's growing proficiently right now, but stinging nettle is extremely nutritious as well. It has so much more nutrition than spinach. So you can use this in all your recipes that you normally would for spinach. But it's not only that, it's actually, it's a blood purifier. It helps to balance hormones. It helps with allergies. It helps the blood to keep moving. It's just an all around, it's actually one of my favorite herbs. It's extremely nutritious. It actually is wonderful for women, you know, in any walk of life in their hormonal life, whether they're, still menstruating, or if they're postmenopausal or perimenopausal. It's just a wonderful herb for women going through the cycles of life. And it's full of iron. It helps the body to absorb iron properly. So it's great for people that have anemia. And I'm going to give a recipe, on my article today how you can use this. But you can put this in nutritive vinegars. You can make a tincture out of it. And like I said, you can, if you blanch it, you can use it and freeze it and use it like you would spinach. You can make nettle lasagna. You can make put nettles in your quiche. However you would use spinach. I'm just giving you some ideas here. But my favorite way is to make a tea infusion with this. So I like to, you can do it fresh, or you can take it and dry it in the dehydrator. But if you would dry it, you would let the leaves dry, of course, and then you would take several tablespoons of the dried nettle and put that in a quart jar and pour boiling water over it to the top and let it steep overnight. You strain it in the morning, and then you have this rich, nutritive tonic to drink all during the day, just to help support your blood and your cells. And it's just a wonderful way you can add nutrition into your diet and into your lifestyle. So love nettle, one of my favorites. Just like I said, just be careful with the stingers here. But I'm going to do some things with this nettle today. I'll let you know what all I'm going to do with it in the article. The other one I just want to briefly mention here too, that is growing right now, and a lot of times they grow together, is like in the wild. You'll see this is cleavers, actually. So you'll see cleavers growing a lot of times near stinging nettle. But cleavers are one of the best herbs one of my favorite herbs to help with the lymph system. They help the lymph system to the lymph system to drain. They add coolness to the body. They help the blood as well. So the, and they're called cleavers. I don't know if you can see how they stick to my glove here. They stick to your, to your clothing. They cleave onto you. So that's another reason, obviously, why they're called cleavers. But they're just a wonderful herb. Like I said, one of my favorites for cleaning the lymph system. And right now, I'm just trying to get a close-up here of one that you can see what they look like. And I'll take pictures of these so you can see them a little bit better, maybe close up on the article today. But cleavers, I like to put them in either a tincture with other lymph draining herbs, or you can make a tincture out of them just by themselves. You can actually use cleavers like you would spinach as well. You can actually, blanch these as well and use them like spinach, or you can put them in nutritive tonics. You can do all kinds of things with them, but right now is especially important that we're thinking of our lymph system and our liver and our drainage organs, because again, it's the spring. Spring and fall especially are our big times for cleansing. So, a lot of these wonderful herbs that are growing out right now, that are coming out in the spring, are meant to do that. They're meant to help cleanse our lymphatic system that can get clogged during the winter months. So these are wonderful herbs to be using and to be looking for and to be planting if you have a garden. You're sticking to my hand again. If you have a garden, plant cleavers, plant nettle, because they are wonderful herbs to harvest for your family, for yourself, for all kinds of purposes. So just wanted to show you some herbs that I'm going to be harvesting and making things into today. I have more chickweed over here, lots of chickweed. I also have some burdock root, which burdock root is extremely good for the liver. It also helps the lymph to drain. And then I have some yellow dock root over here. I'm going to make some tinctures out of this today and some lymph cleanses. And then the other one, my good old faithful friend dandelion leaf and dandelion root. So we're gonna be drying some of these roots in the dehydrator, plus putting them in tinctures. And I'm also actually gonna make a really fun fermentation today with some of these roots and some herbs and some vegetables. So you don't just have to make them into medicinals, which is wonderful, but you can also use them like food. So I'll give you the recipe in the article of how I create a ferment today, kind of like you would sauerkraut or kimchi, but you're just going to use the root in your in your wild fermentation. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing today, and I hope you all are out enjoying the beautiful weather and getting some sunshine and some vitamin D and getting out in nature. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And like I said, I'll post some of these recipes and some ideas of how to use some of these herbs. So, all right. Well, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me.